So, and there was no rule for the offensive line to go down the field. So every play, whether you call it run or pass, could be a pass play. Because the backside receivers run routes. They run like a corner, they run like a hitch in a corner or dig in and out or whatever the case. So whatever the end does, if he stays out and play me, I'm going to hand it off and the running back can run. If he jumps down and take the running back, I'm going to pull it and then I'm going to go out here and throw the ball. So a lot of the stuff I already knew. So I didn't even have to, you know what I mean? I didn't even have to, I didn't have anything new to learn because I already knew pretty much everything when I went to Canada. The problem in Canada is just they only had 9 teams and quarterbacks play in Canada till they 50.
Ain't no room for no.
I was really good friends. Yeah. I was really good friends with like Damon Allen. He was that's Marcus Allen's brother. And he played until he was 45. And when I got there, he was probably 30. You know what I mean? So he played another 15 years. So it was hard to break into that starting quarterback role. I mean, I made it 9 years as a backup, but you know, I started a few years but got hurt. But you know, I didn't have nothing new to learn.
Darnell, are you in the Black College Hall of Fame?
No, sir. I just made it to Alabama State Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Oh, you in the Alabama State Hall of Fame too now? You're
yes,
in the
sir.
School's Hall of Fame this past week, right?
My high school, yes, sir.
And when you gonna be inducted to the Alabama State Hall of Fame?
That was about 2 years ago.
Oh wow! Well, thanks.
3 years ago.
Thanks for inviting me.
Now, Darnell, I'm surprised that you and Coach Eugene are not in the Black College Football Hall of Fame. So I want to ask Coach Cole, why aren't those guys in the Black College Hall of Fame, Coach?
Well, you know, the school SID and somebody has have to nominate them and send their information to Doug Williams and Shaq Harris. They got a voting thing, and you had to be out for so long. But both of you guys have been out long enough that the numbers that y'all picked up, y'all should be what they call first ballot guys.
Yeah. Well, I do want to correct you though, Coach, because you said I was like number 6, but when I left college, I was 3.
Number 3 in NCAA?
In all of college football, and it wasn't even close.
What was your total number of y'all?
1280 something. 12. Okay. Yeah, 12,800. Huh?
Well, listen, bro, I got you. 12,888 yards.
There you go.
All time, and you were the school pass leader with 11,753 yards.
Yeah. There you go.
See, I come prepared, D. I come prepared.
Well, you did.
So this is the question. I'm gonna address this one right here. This guy says it's about 100 people deserving not in. Here's my point. If you can't put the guys in who have the statistical, verifiable numbers, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and if you can't put those guys in that are at the top of the list when it comes to stats, then why do you even have a Hall of Fame? If Bruce Eugene, go ahead.
Because somebody just literally texted me that is very big time. Hey man, we got a lot of important HBCU people watching this. They said what the issue is not that they won't get in, but when they started, they got to get all those Hall of Fame guys in first, and that's how they kind of done it. So it's just an attrition thing. It's not the disrespect to him and Bruce Eugene. And I'll just use an example. You got to get Jerry Rice and Walter Payton in first, and then get these guys in. So that's what they're moving through the decades and getting guys in. I just get this from a big time person that's watching this show. So they said it's not that those guys are not going to get in, but that's what it is. And they're not putting 30 people in per class. It's like, Coach, how many people is like 4 or 5 at max that they kind of do?
Yeah, they do about 7 people sometimes.
So Rocky, if you do 7 and you go back, you see what I'm saying? That's kind
well, it seemed like to me when I looked at the people that are in the Black College Football Hall of Fame, they really only taking the former NFL guys. Like that's. Am I lying, Coach Cole?
But Rocky, that's what I'm saying. But look at that. But see, you're proving my point. think about the young guys. Those guys are, some of them are Hall of Fame type guys. So if you're just going to start, Coach, how long has the Black College Hall of Fame been around?
Y'all gonna get me in trouble.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this.
But I'm defending the point. But because the Black College, it's not been around for 40 years, though. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So just by nature and attrition, you got to start with the old guys. I mean, because you want to, and not being funny, you do want to get those guys they fly before they pass away. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, out of respect to that, it's not that those guys are not worthy. I think because it just started and they're moving and progressing through. So I'm pretty sure in the next 5 years, my guy right here will be right there on it. So I just wanted to say that.
Well, they should, because Jay Skywalker just got in, and he played in '96.
Yeah. So
these guys should be on the next
NFL guys.
Yeah.
He wasn't nowhere. Jay was a good player. Don't get me wrong. But he wasn't nowhere near these cats, man. These Toddens and Darnell Kennedys and Leon Murrays and these cats, they threw 3,000 yards a year.
Yeah.
So
only thing I would say, I would encourage everybody to go to the Black College Hall of Fame website, see the guys that are in the Hall of Fame, right? And I think it skews heavily toward guys who have NFL experience. I'm not able to talk about whether or not these guys are valid Hall of Famers. I trust that the men on those committees are selecting guys that are certainly worthy of consideration. My only point is that how can you have a guy that's been out of college almost 25 years, left college with the third, the career passing was ranked third among all NCAA passers in history, and this guy isn't in. Why even have a Hall of Fame if that guy can't get in?
But you're making it seem like that he's been like with T.O. He didn't get on the first round. Now he hasn't even nominated yet. This is a first ballot guy we talking to. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. And Rocky, let me tell you this, and this is no disrespect for you, but please and believe those guys you're talking about. Those guys, just like Darnell, were 4-time All-MEAC, 4-time All.
No, I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting that. That's not what I'm doubting. What I'm saying is, Mr. Kennedy made his mark on the SWAC and NCAA football, and he should be recognized as a Black College Football Hall of Famer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, that's why. But I wanted, because I got the text and I wanted to clear it because it was making it seem like that they were passing him over, and we.
No. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just looking at him and Bruce Eugene aren't in, and they made an indelible impression on the SWAC. You can't tell the story of the SWAC and Black College football without mentioning Bruce Eugene and Darnell Kennedy.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna say this. The bottom line is we're gonna have this black quarterback camp. And we'll do the same weekend as your Hall of Fame, because I think that's in the summer. So all I know is we're gonna have this black quarterback camp. That's why I'm gonna get your number, coach, because I already got Bruce Eugene's number, because we're gonna powwow on this.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it, because we can get it done. I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's no problem. So I'm gonna make it happen. So Rocky, I'm just gonna say this from somebody who went from Jackson, saw all the greats, went to Florida A&M. It is a privilege to talk to you. I am proud of I'm a little bit older than you, but I'm proud of the man you are, and you once again proved why it's always good to go to HBCU. I'm gonna keep saying it, man. I'm proud of you, man, for real.
I appreciate that, man. That's a humbling statement you just made, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Darnell. Is there anything you'd like to say before you get out of here, sir?
I'd just like to thank everybody that came to the show and listened to me ramble on about my time at Alabama State and my life, and all the things that I was able to accomplish through God's help. And I just wish everybody the best. I like what y'all got going on here on this show, and keep it going.
Hey, do you have a prediction for this weekend's big game?
I gotta go with Alabama State, baby. We gotta take it. We gotta bring it home.
Hey, and can Andrew Body be one of the next great Alabama State QBs?
Absolutely. The funny thing is, I liked them last year, and I was trying to figure out why they wouldn't why they really wasn't letting him throw. And the only thing I can come up with is he probably had the shoulder injury, before the season started, and they probably just trying to make it through the end of the season and just let him be the running quarterback for the season. But he took that hit and got hurt. But I was liking the way he was throwing the ball last year, and to see what he's doing now and what he did against UAB, and man, I'm just excited. I'm ready to see what the future holds for that young man.
Well, thank you, man. Hey, AB is somebody that we root for, or I root for. I won't talk to. Well, I can speak for Campbell, like I say, Mr. Hold on for a little bit. We got somebody in here that hey, who is this guy that didn't crash the party?
Well, hey, I'm gonna come in because I think Darnell is one of the greatest quarterbacks in SWAC history to me. I'm not just being biased.
There you go.
But I just said, here's a man went through 3 different coaches and put up those kind of numbers. You can't stay but take
LC
for a guy like him.
You said LC, hey, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right here, coach.
You got him?
Yeah.
I can't hear him.
You can. Yeah, if you get off your phone, you can.
That is true, LC. I have 3 head coaches. Yeah, 3 head coaches.
3 head coaches and put up those kind of numbers and took a team to the SWAC.
Oh, is he talking?
Yes.
Yeah, coach.
Yeah.
I can't hear him. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. And then you think about all the receivers that he that end up coming SWAC receivers, and he delivered the ball to all those guys. Was able to, to keep all those guys happy, and was able to, share the ball around the field and all that.
Yeah.
LC, let me ask you this. Coach Cole tells a story about how you came in under a very hostile situation when the boys wanted to revolt because they didn't have any input on the coach.
Yeah.
Well, what did you say to ease their mind?
Well, when I came on the airplane, Johnny and I was on the airplane, we was flying, and I heard the president, them talking, hey, that they over there, boycotting over at the president's office and everything that they were bringing in. They told security to, make sure they got everything cleared up and stuff. I started to tell them, hey, man, you need to turn this plane around, man, and send me back on to Tennessee State. But I said I had something for them. So when I came in there, we sitting there talking. And I just told the guys, hey, it's only going to be one way, and that's my way. And if you don't like my way, hit the highway. That's it.
Hey, you remember you told him too, say, look, I came from a 2-time championship team. Shit, I'm kind of sad too.
Yeah. We won 2 championships and could have turned around and won a couple more at Tennessee State. But, we came down to Alabama State and, brought that good hospitality down there and really appreciated the fans down, very loyal fans down there. And, things just, we took it to the top. Sometimes the administration won't, sometimes they don't like that. And so things happen, but, it was great. We had some great players, and Darnell Kennedy was one of those great players that we had on that program. And think about, we had BJ Tiger, another guy came in from Oklahoma State, was a quarterback, but he couldn't, he didn't have the magic that Darnell had. The story about Darnell, I'm always going to tell you, and the players will always tell you, when we always got ready to get on the bus, I would always say, is Darnell on the bus? And somebody say, yeah. And I said, well, let's go. Because that's all we need for the quarterback.
Well, Darnell, what was our favorite song? What was the last $2?
I know it was so heavy. I just talked to Wilkerson about that. Who sung Johnnie Taylor? So heavy. Yeah.
So heavy.
That was it.
We would play that when we get close to that stadium, Bishop, and we would hit that. Hey, give us our theme music, and that would come on, Coach. That would come on.
Rocky, you gotta play like 30 seconds of that. So before we get mine, you gotta play
I'm
that.
trying to figure out what. Hey, I'm trying to figure out what the song is because I've never heard of that. I've heard "Last $2" though.
I mean, you
Yeah,
heard
no,
Soul
Soul Heaven. Yeah,
You
Soul
heard
Heaven.
Soul Heaven.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
You mean
That's
y'all
the song.
roll in the stadium on that?
With
That's
that,
right.
with that right there.
Hey, you know what that sound like? One of them old Alabama, what's them songs y'all, baby? What's them song, quartet song? That's what
Hey,
that's.
go. Let me tell y'all something.
That sound like one of them old quartet songs.
I know. I used to joke with my brother all the time. Of course, he was the boss and he oversees the defense. And I say, man, what y'all down there meeting for, man? We got Darnell Kennedy, man. We got 50 tonight. Just stop him one time.
That's it. One time we got it. We good.
Yeah, I used to holler down the house, man, we got 36, man. Just hold them to 34. We gonna win it.
It was magic now. It was magic. I ain't had another one like him.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Coach, man. I remember Grambling was dropping 9. I think we still gave him 400 though.
The triple reverse, the trifecta.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we put that in. Yeah,
We kind of invented all kind of offenses and all this new offense that they got going on. That's just a fake. It's a fake. Mostly everybody right now is, we was the hobo offense, high octane, and now everybody trying to come in with run and shoot, this. All of it just came off of that.
Yeah, all of it is just what we ran. Exactly what we ran.
Yeah. Yep.
Get that.
The funny thing is, he put that.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Darnell.
No, I was talking about he put that when we did bring that triple reverse, man. We was in practice saying, man, this ain't gonna work. And the dude walked in the end zone. He walked in. I was like, oh, it did work.
Man, look, he just said, look here, we up by 3 touchdowns. If they come out and throw this ball, go ahead on to score 2 more. Hey, he wanted to roll the white flag like, all right, man, we done. Y'all won.
Yeah, we would always ask the team, if the score get up and everything, all you do is just, tell us you don't gave in, wave the white flag. If you don't do that, I just tell JC, hey, man, drop a couple more bombs on him.
Yeah, I mean, man, it wasn't enough for us to put 50 up, Coach, but it was a good day. Man, Darnell LC, I know you got to get ready for this week. I want to make sure, man, that our man over here, he let him know. And shit, man, we gonna move on with the show. Anything, Darnell? Anything, Darnell, you want to say to your fans that's listening? Come out to the Alabama State game.
Yo, absolutely. Be safe when y'all go out there to Jackson State. Drive safe and make sure you get there and scream as loud as you can. I appreciate y'all coming on the show though, and just understand I did everything because I didn't want to. I always say I didn't want to let my coaches down, and I didn't want to let the fans down. So
well, you sure did a good job of that.
I was impressed. Always.
Man. Well, hey, look, I'm telling my fans, man, we need to get this man to the right a job, LC Cole. Yeah, he's my brother. So I'm going to say it right now on the show. One of them jobs that open next year need to be LC Cole's name on it.
So I can bring Darnell, bring him on.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Anything, Rocky?
No, man. I just want to thank those guys for LC. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Hey, even though I work with Johnny, you my favorite Cole brother.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Oh, man, Coach, that's always a treat, man. Like I say, Coach, you done lived several lives, my man. You've done some good work, made a tremendous impression on young men. Your family got a lot to be proud of, man. Certainly do.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Emmett, you right. You right. He got to stop. LC got to stop Albany State this weekend. That's gonna be a big task when you working with a whole freshman secondary.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got his whole secondary is freshmen, man.
Man, that's tough. That's tough, Coach. Hey, Coach, we had some football last week, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And, Coach, you told me this was going to be, you said Delaware State ain't got a chance, Coach. Because they had a chance.
Well, I knew this, that Mammoth was averaging over 40-some points a game, and they hit that number, you know. And were you telling me that Delaware State was in the game when I'm looking at these numbers now? 14 is 28. 14 more is what? I don't think that thing was close. Was it, Coach?
At one point, it was within 10, Coach, for sure. Because I saw it. I saw it. It was within 10. The game finished within 11, Coach. You got to give Coach Jackson his props.
No question. No question.
He came in, Coach, and he put up more of a fight than I think a lot of people thought he would. What do you think, Campbell?
Listen, I think sometimes there's a saying, a moral victory. I think what Deshaun Jackson is showing that he's got these guys ready to play. They are playing big-time football. They're scoring points. Coach always knows, hey, man, that's one of the hardest things to do when you're a new coach coming in. So the fact that he scored points, because you can fix that defense. That offense is hard. So he's already looks like he's got a mentality. He's got, people over there that he trusts. And, again, what I like about – because, again, I was able to catch a little bit of this game and things like this. But one thing I like is that they are constantly staying within themselves. That's what I like. They're not getting out of character.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. I'm gonna take my hat off to Coach. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with his quick impact. He's putting up numbers. That means folks are coming to watch him play. I'm impressed. Hey, look. Hey, I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon. I think if he stays there, he's going to get it going in the right direction. More power to him. Move over Dion. Welcome Deshaun Jackson.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this, Coach. I didn't realize that Georgetown was Division I football, but someone told me, Coach, they don't offer any scholarships, Coach.
No, they one of those academic schools, or like the University of Dayton. There is some FCS schools that don't have athletic scholarships. They have academic scholarships and poor man scholarships and this man scholarships, but they don't have athletic scholarships. And when you're at one of those schools, you can sign as many as you want.
Is this a game that Morgan State should have won?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. Is this a game that puts an indictment on Coach Wilson and his coaching staff?
He's got to do better. You know what I mean? 0-3 in the conference away games, 2-4. The honeymoon is over. Your recruits are in now. We got to get a better outcome. Coach Wilson is a good coach. Nothing on that. He's got to do what he got to do at Morgan State to make it work. You know what I mean? He came in as a defensive specialist. As you see, they playing games close, but you got to get over the hump. It kind of remind me of the guy that left Southern and went to Norfolk. You're right there, but you're not all the way over.
As a historian, Mr. Campbell, how does this reflect on the MEAC?
Well, let me say this. I had my whole soliloquy about how horrible this was until I actually saw SportsCenter last night. And you know what? This was one of Scott Van Pelt's bad beats. But here's the thing. Do you know that Morgan State was only favored by 1.5? They were only favored by 1.5. So to be honest with you, Vegas knew something that a lot of people didn't know. Because to our point, when we look at this and we say Morgan State and Georgetown, Vegas also knew that Morgan State's not a good team. So I'm going to be honest with you. Vegas say, hey, it was only 1.5. And they came down to it. So, Morgan State's not a good team. So they should not have lost it. But I think that also says that nobody believed that they were going to blow them out anyway because Vegas had them at 1.5.
So would this also say that the Morgan State program is behind schedule?
Oh, 100%. I think this is one of those things. And, again, this is one of those, hey, you all watch us. You know what I mean? I got 1-800 you all on speed dial that I think that, again, when they get in the MEAC play, they're going to have to win a lot of games in the MEAC. And again, think about this. It ain't that many games in the MEAC to win.
Yeah, and that coach was Coach Odom. Thank you, Emmett. That was Coach Odom, who did a great job at Southern, man, but just couldn't consistently do it. And then went to Norfolk and kind of played, 400 ball, man. You got to play. Once that third and fourth year come, you got to be 600 ball. You know what I mean? You got to be 600, 700, 800 ball or competing for a title.
All right, Coach. South Carolina State did what they were supposed to do. And then this was an interesting game because in the first half, or the first quarter, and part of the second quarter, I thought Norfolk had this game under control. And then they didn't. I just can't make sense of the Norfolk Spartans. They put up offense. Each and every week, and they give up points at an unbelievable clip, and at the wrong times.
Here's what I say, Coach. They got football players over there. Me and you seen that, Coach.
Yes, yeah.
We seen that. They got football players over there. Ain't no question. That area where they play at, man, got athletes all over the place. Like I told you, I think a lot of it has to do with from the top, everything from the top. When you look at them on film, man, they look like the Bad News Bears, not playing like the Bad News Bears, but look like one sock high, one sock low, black sock, white sock, helmet, the thing around their neck, jerseys up. They look ragtag. And ragtag make you lose 34-30 and 41 when you actually have better athletes than the other team. Believe me, programs beat talent every time.
Now,
Programs beat talent every time.
Coach, this is something they've struggled with all season. And I don't understand it, Coach. How can you put up yards, the kind of yards they put up week in, week out, yet still struggle on third down? And let's look at penalties, because that's another thing they struggle with as well. No, this can't be penalties right here, guys.
17 penalties. I called it, didn't I, Coach? Discipline, man. 17 penalties. Shit, you get 17 penalties at least 3 to 4 games. Coach Campbell, we can't win like that now.
Well, let me say
that ain't coming from the players.
But let me tell you what's funny. And Rocky can remember this, and a lot of people watch the chat. So remember, Deshaun Jackson and Michael Vick got hired around the exact same time. And one of the things, Scott and I talked about this, Zoe and I talked about this, Rocky, I think me and you, before Coach Cole got on one night, and Coach didn't add it on to it. We start breaking down who Deshaun Jackson was bringing in versus who Michael Vick was bringing in. And we start seeing the names and the experience and the winning that Deshaun Jackson. And then when we looked at the offensive coordinator who Mike Vick had picked, the defensive coordinator, and we kept saying who, what, and why. And the who, what, and why is showing up. Who is it? What are they doing? And why are they even coaching? All of that is happening. Compared to Deshaun Jackson, when you can look at that and you can see the plan. This comes down to coaching. This is point-blank period coaching. And unfortunately, whoever helped Michael Vick, because it had to be helped, to say these are coaches, he just did not pick the right guys. And it's showing because coaching, you notice the discipline, the execution, and things like that. There are people in that position that are not able to make those plays because the talent, like I said, everybody agrees is there.
So I'll say the theme was in the two coaching staffs, Coach Vick looked like he took guys who had experience in coaching, but not at a very high level. Coached at the high school level, coached at junior college level, but they had connections to Florida. Whereas Deshaun Jackson took guys who had NFL coaching experience NFL players, guys at least who knew what it looked like to play and coach at a high level. And it was thought that and I think it kind of plays itself out. Norfolk does have the talent advantage if you just break it down player for player. But I think Delaware State definitely overperformed for its talent, but they also have overperformed as far as coaching acumen as well. You know, in my opinion, like Delaware State is talented, but you can see that they do struggle up front on defense and things like that. Norfolk State, they look the part, they just don't play the part.
Listen, Rock. Listen, L. Dot, and I'm gonna say this. You know, everybody talks about some things don't matter, but Coach, I'm gonna say this: somebody who has hired literally in my career close to 300 people. When you walk in the door for a job interview, you set the tone and you let me know. And L. Dot, I don't care what anybody say. I text Scotty this. I said, Deshaun Jackson came in there to be a football coach. Michael Vick came in there to get a haircut. Two different things. And I don't care what anybody said. It's the mentality of being serious from when you walk in and understand the way you're presented. Because why does that matter? Because it shows you're serious. It shows the alumni that you're serious. And guess what? The people that you're trying to do business deals with, they're more apt to do it when somebody is coming prepared. And I'm sorry, it's just those little things, to me, always matter. Those little things always matter. I'm with L. Dot on that. I'm sorry. I agree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wish, hey, like I said, as we move to the next week in the MEAC, I hope that Coach Vick is able to do better as we embark on this game. Now, this game right here, I think South Carolina has the edge, but it seems that North Carolina and TA has some fight in them, Coach. Even though they took a big L against NCCU. Last week, they put up a pretty good fight, wouldn't you think, Campbell? When they playing William and Mary,
listen,
and staying with their four.
And listen, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna just jump on because all the A&T people, we're looking better. Bad teams lose close games, so I understand that. I hear it, but I'm telling you this: I've watched that team a couple times on Flow Sports. They could score, but like, hey. Coach Gibbs knows that team is not going to be his team next year. I can tell you that right now. He's already said it, and I believe once again, I'm tired. I think Chance Barry and them going to put 50 on them boys before their homecoming.
Let's see what I want to look at William and Mary because I was really surprised that they just didn't thump them out of here. Let me see who William and Mary has played.
You know, William and Mary is over there in the Big South, the OVC. They play Tennessee State and all them guys.
And it looks like they've had, they ain't beat nobody. All right.
Well, Emmett talking about Emmett, I tell you what, that limb is gonna be so weak. Don't bump your head when you fall out, because that's not happening. No shame.
Emmett, I gotta tell you something. Are you crazy?
That ain't happening.
Hey,
they put 40 on them boys. I'm telling you, 40, 50.
I got South Carolina State. Who you got, Coach?
Man, South Carolina State, man, big.
All right, on this one right here, we got Southern Connecticut State against Delaware State. I got Delaware State on this one.
Hey, man, listen, I'm going to ride with the Fighting Jacksons, man. I like what I see. I think they're going to keep scoring. And, man, listen, they getting ready. I mean, hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, if Deshaun Jackson finishes third in the MEAC, it's going to be some problems. It is going to be some problems. So, yeah, they're getting ready to get – hey, man, I think in the next week they start conference play. They get going in conference play. Let's go.
All right, yeah, this is the last week
I'm going with the Whites.
Okay. All right. So let's look at I can't even click them, Coach. That means they may be Division II since I can't click them. Okay. Or NAIA. So who we got here? Howard and Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart has gotten 2 MEAC victories this year, right?
Yeah.
Will they win the MEAC?
Ooh, Howard.
No, Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart. He's being funny. They beat Delaware State in the last one, and they beat Norfolk.
I'm gonna go with Howard in a close one.
Okay. I'm gonna take Howard too. What about you, Campbell?
Yeah, I think Howard's gonna pull this out. Again, Delaware State should have beat them, and Norfolk should have beat them too. Honestly, you know what I mean. But again, lacks of execution. And then we know Delaware State basically they got cheated.
Yeah. This is Virginia Lynchburg. We that's home. It's got to be homecoming, right?
Yeah. They matter of fact, they coming to Houston next week for our homecoming.
No, y'all got Lincoln, I thought.
No, we got Lynchburg, man.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
We got Lynchburg, man.
Okay.
Shit, hey, I ain't never seen it. Look, whoever the head coach there, shit, every time he come home, his wife gonna say, "Dang, why you always come home after the game smelling like barbecue?" Baby, we homecoming for everybody. We got them homecoming. Hey, one thing about him, they play in front of big crowds.
Oh man, can Norfolk get a victory before they start MEAC play, Coach, against Wofford?
I'm going with the Whites, man.
What about you, Campbell?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't South Carolina State barely beat Wofford? Was that the game? They barely beat them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I
Let's
thought.
look at Wofford. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Listen, down in South Carolina, I'm gonna tell you this. This is I'm picking more with my heart than my heart instead of my mind. I think Michael Vick just got to get a win because I'm saying if he doesn't get this win, I don't know if Michael Vick even comes back next year because once they get in the MEAC play, they're going to get swept. Honestly, it could easily happen.
Dino, he own it. Dino says, "Shit, South Carolina State barely beat Wofford."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They did, and this was a team that I think South Carolina State handled pretty good the year before. So. You know, I'm with Dino. I think Wofford's going to win the game. Let me say this. Let me answer like this. I hope Norfolk State wins for a whole lot of reasons, but I think Wofford.
Yeah. I have to take Wofford on this one, but I hope Norfolk wins. I'll put it like that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and address this game right here, Coach, while we're on this side, because I think. As a Florida A&M alum, Campbell, you got to line up what this game means for the morale of the alumni.
Wait a minute, you're talking to me?
Yeah,
I'm about to go full Pat McAfee. I'm about to say, to those Rattlers. When the dark clouds gather on the horizon, when the thunder and lightning pierce the skies, when the fate is but a glare in the eye of a faller, the Rattlers will strike, and strike again, and still will not win this game, unfortunately.
Oh, damn, Coach.
Yeah, I had to do my Pat McAfee on that. You know, he hyped them white folks up, and then he pulled the chair. Hey, man, listen. Here's the deal. This is one of those, when you say 1-800, this is when 800 might start getting called. Florida A&M has to understand there's a couple of things that have to be accomplished in this game. First and foremost, you got to play like you want to win this game. Second of all, you cannot let Trey Oliver, because Trey Oliver watches this show, and Trey Oliver, let me tell you something, I know what you're thinking, because I'm going to put it out there. OBG is your girl. She called your boy Gibbs. You said hi, Gibbs. We didn't hi, Gibbs. And that's your boy. And you know what you're doing? You're going to call your boy when you ride down there. You know, out Central, sometimes they take the bus. So on that long bus ride down to Tallahassee, you're going to be on the phone with your boy. You know what you're going to say to your boy? He's going to put 60 on him just for you because they should have hired him. See, I know what you're going to do, Trey Oliver. So, Coach Cozy, I'm telling you what he's trying to do. So, Coach, I'm going to give you a speech. Don't let no man come in the brag and call his boy, say he going to put in 60. So I want those Rattlers to stand up. I want them to fight hard, and I want them to at least have a good showing. So if Central wins, at least they know they were in a snake pit in a dog fight. So absolutely. So that's it, man. Hey, listen, this thing is serious. This thing is serious. And one thing I give Coach Cozy, he knows what it is, because it's not gonna get any easier. This is the gauntlet right here. And it's not going to start. And people don't sleep on Alcorn. They might not win a game, but Alcorn going to come down there trying to win a game. So I'm just telling you, man, listen, this is not looking good.
So let me frame this up. You're in expectation of somehow a victory by NCCU is going to get rubbed in at some point.
Man, listen, Trey Alva's a friend of the show. Trey Alva told me that he's going to put my Escalade on bricks. That dude's a gangster, man. Come on, man. That dude is a gangster, and you're not going to tell me because of the whole mess with his folks and Wolfsburg that guy is not going to – listen what he did to A&T. That's his boy. He did it on purpose. Trey Alva lives for stuff like this.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there any chance – now, OBG probably has a game this weekend, so she won't be able to be on the North Carolina Central sideline.
She's not coming back to Tallahassee. Now, that she ain't going to do now. Now, what she will do – now, you know what? See, I was about to make a joke that's going to get me suspended, but I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. Because I saw what happened to Joe Buck. But what she will do, she'll do her little shade posts and saying, I wonder who won my team. And she'll put my teams won. She'll do one of them little shade posts. I'm telling you, it's just what she does. You know, she'll go in the chat on somebody's YouTube channel that don't like FAMU, and she'll be like, oh, what's going on? Who won today? She'll do that. I see what she's doing on social media. I know what she's doing. So, yeah, so right. She's going to throw the shade out there. There's no question.
All right.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Coach Barnett. He watching the show. He the offensive coordinator at Alabama State. So I want to let him know, man, we cheering for him. Make sure he have a great game.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen. Hey, put this on screen. L. Said she gonna post them rings. Put that up. Hey, yeah, she gonna post them rings that we won for her. So let's be clear. That's what she. You're right. She definitely gonna do that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now Campbell, I'm gonna have to admit, Campbell. Ever since she left the highest of Seven Hills, FAMU football ain't been the same.
Well, listen, let me say it. Well, okay. She is not the plus or the minus on that, okay? She's not. And I'm not going to disrespect her to say that she was, because she wasn't the plus or minus when Willie was the coach, was she?
Hey, Edwin Morton said that. He said he liked her dimples.
Oh, man, listen. See, that's the thing about these jokers here. She got a little fan club. She got a little fan club. And I see how she been moving. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna make no jokes. They ain't doing no Joe Bullet joke. But I see what she been doing. So, you know, she got a little fan club. You know, she got a little fan club out there for the other folks. But, hey, man, listen, she's over there, and I'm glad she's working. She's an AD. Congratulations to her. No disrespect to her. So I wish her well. I hope her team that she is the AD of wins.
Hey man, you know these cats. Hey, look, I'm looking at these cats, man. Man, y'all going for the uppers and the bottoms, man. Y'all little heads running y'all big heads, man.
Hey,
they all laughing.
Look, they all thirsty, Coach. They
all I'm cheering for, Coach.
They all thirsty. They all thirsty. They all, and let me tell you something. You know, listen, that pretty smile, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She's a smart woman, and they all thirsty and all that. So I know what it is.
What else? Hey, whatever.
It's a whole roll of them, Coach.
Yeah, okay. Coach, look, Coach. Let me tell you now. Listen, now it's a whole crew there. Let her do her job. Didn't know what kind of resume she had. Let her do her job. All because they thought that woman was cute. Man, stop it. Y'all didn't know what that woman was doing in family.
Hey, is this a thing right here, Campbell?
Oh, bro, listen. You know we black and we love beautiful. Big and beautiful. Come on, man. Listen.
They killing me, Coach. Look. When they team lose, they be first ones on here talking about, man, fire that cat.
But listen. And then here go Edwin Moore. See, Edwin, listen. There's levels to this now. Before you get in the front seat of Escalade, now I can show you the pictures of who riding that front seat now. I'm just letting you know it's a little bit different. You know, OBG is here. My level is here now. I'm just trying to tell you, we went to Florida A&M. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. Come on now. That's how we move.
I got you.
Yeah, we gonna keep this.
Hey, they don't turn the score into XXX. Ain't it for the big girl?
Oh man, listen. Now, Cole, let me tell you, let me tell you what's so funny about this game right here. And people, JSU like to say JSU versus Coach. Listen, people like to say they hate Ramblers, they hate Southern. But FAMU, one thing about it, there are so many people that's going to be watching this game on their phone in Jackson, Alabama State, because they are hoping that this game is 70-0. I'm telling you, Coach, they got channels that's going to have score by score going on. They already know it. They already know. Could this in some way be the OBG Revenge Bowl? Coach, Rocky, it's so bad. They're trying to blame us for the Valley game. We ain't had nothing to do with it. That's what they just want to see us go be down bad.
Man, I'm gonna put a call into my man Trey and see what he say. Get
call and tell him to tell the truth. Tell him to tell the truth. Say if I'm wrong. I want you to show what I said. And tell if I'm wrong.
Say he gonna have a little extra for FAMU. Hey man,
come on.
Hey, I like I said, I wouldn't play with Trey Olive if I was y'all, man. Y'all better be nice to that man. And make sure. But if I was Trey. Hey, I would stay in Thomasville or Valdosta. I wouldn't stay in Tallahassee the night before the game.
Man, listen, man, like I say, them boys know what it is. So come on, Rattlers. Like I say, you can flip the whole narrative with one game.
All right. So this is interesting here. This is last week, last week, Coach. We had an interesting week last week. You know, we had some things get sorted out last week. We didn't have a lot of games, but some things got sorted out. We had Prairie View travel to Lormont, right?
Yeah.
And I thought this would be a convincing win by Prairie View. But the people out in Vegas knew better than I did.
No.
And they had it as a 2-point game. With that being said, Coach, what'd you think about this game and how it kind of played out?
I had a good long talk with Coach Jackson over some things that happened. And he says the one thing that he's running into is the officiate. You know, a lot of calls was questioned on what was going on, and he thought they had jumped out. And he said they opened up the game and scored and was moving the ball down the field. But it was a couple calls that they made that really stubbed them in the first half. But he said the Alcorn look. He said, shh. He said, Coach, they looked good, man. He felt that they looked good on the huff, And he said they barely got out of there. I mean, third down conversions, 2 for 12, 5 for 13. Woo, man. They were low, man. They wasn't getting it done, Coach, at all. But once again, we talked about the quarterback thing. They played 2 quarterbacks. They got to do better. Like I told y'all on the text, Texas Southern, hopefully with this 57-0 or 51-0 victory, is going to help them win the East. I've called the East what I called it 2 weeks ago.
The West?
I mean the West, right. The West, I called it 2 weeks ago. Prairie View going to win the West, especially after this week, because Prairie View got an off week, and then they got Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Southern, and then that's it.
Well, Coach, we just going over the stats. Prairie View dominated in every category other than the score. So it was.
Hey, Rocky, I want to say something about this game, and this is one of the things because, and I'm gonna say this. Listen, guys, the reason why you watch HBCU Coaches Corner, because not a lot of fluff. There's not people making up stuff that don't watch these games, that don't know these games. And I'm going to say this in defense of Coach Thomas because he got murdered about the play calling and stuff like that. But sometimes, and Coach, you need to listen why he did it. Coach Thomas got on the coach's call because the question was, and I think Wayne Cartwright, which was a great question. Coach, I want to ask you why the play sequence, because I think he ran 2 pass plays instead of running the ball, setting the ball, and kicking it. Coach Thomas said, we were on our second string kicker. He could not make it from that distance. He could not. So we had to pass the ball to try to get it closer to make the second string kicker more comfortable to win it. So please, guys, when you guys kill these coaches, at least go on the coaches call and see what they said. So I got a lot of respect for them. You know, because people will kill, oh, they don't know what they're doing, and the offensive coordinator is crazy. But does that make sense to you? If your kicker can't kick for 40 yards, what are you going to do, coach?
You got to get more yards.
Okay. And you know the running game is not going to do it, especially with the time. You got to throw the ball. Now, did it work out? No. But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes these coaches do coach their players. Sometimes these coaches do know their players. So no matter if Alcorn is X 0 and 4 5 now, at least give the coach respect that they do get paid to coach.
0 and 5, coach.
0 and 5. So that kind of bothered me because, you know, Coach Thomas, I know he's coaching hard, and, you know, I have no problem with people criticizing him. But for that, sometimes the answer is right there in front of your face. So I will say to everybody, before we go and kill these coaches, listen now. I'm going to say this, and Southern folks remember this. Now, when Dooley said that, and he was like, oh, we ran the ball because FAMU wasn't in the right set, and everybody had the video, was like, no, that's not true. Yeah, then you kill the coach on that. But got to respect Coach Thomas for that.
So Coach Cole, I want to get your because this brings up a point as you guys were talking. We just talked about FAMU a minute ago. We're talking about Alcorn's situation now. What do they have in common? Both programs got rid of their championship coach in the same year.
Well, first of all, nobody at FAMU did not get rid of Willie.
No, well, what I'm saying, he left the program. He left the program.
Alcorn did not pay Coach Fred. Now that's the difference. They didn't want to pay him the money.
So Coach, combine these teams are 1-9 after 2 years after they let go of the championship coaches. Is historically this is what happens when teams let go or their championship coach moves on?
Yeah, you know, and that's why it's so important to be able to know as an AD where we are as a program. Or do we need to rebuild? Do we need to reload? Do we need to just replace? And if you make the wrong decision, and when you rebuild, that means you're gonna bring a guy in. He don't have a lot of experience. The program is gonna sort of like kind of grow with him. If you bring in an experienced guy, he'll come in and see where he needs to replace people at. If you hire a guy on the staff, he should already know where things are at and what they need to do. Unfortunately, I think what's happening in Florida A&M, they need to go get an offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? They need a guy that can come in and from Simmons Tree, whether it was from Prairie View when he worked there, from a guy, and they have enough of who they are to say we can go steal somebody. Look, let's get North Carolina Central's coordinator. Let's get to bring them in. So those are things that an athletic director has to think about instead of just, well, let me just go find a guy, you know. And when you just go find a guy, then you end up 0-5 and 1-4 and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, you got anything you want to add to this, Mr. Campbell?
Listen, Coach said it all. I think one of the ways, and again, there's a way of doing it. Again, Alcorn felt they didn't want to pay Coach McNair the amount of money. Willie left very late in the game, and EA hit it. He said, and he was told he hadn't done anything to deserve right. Yeah, that was OBG that did not want to pay Willie back before the Celebration Bowl in late November, early November. So, you know, just give credit where credit's due, good and bad. You know, one of the things I think with Alcorn, but let's be honest though. Alcorn was trending down anyway. They weren't winning the West. They had kind of was moving. Fred McNair was kind of 7-4, 6-5. It wasn't like they were trending up. Southern was winning. Prairie View was winning. So I think the transition could have, you know, maybe Fred would not have gotten this bad because I think Fred McNair wouldn't have gotten this, but I think Alcorn was not trending up. So I think that was another thing too. They were like, we're not going to pay you all this money, and we're finished second and third in the West.
Yeah.
Well, I think in Fred McNair's defense, didn't he work a period of time without an AD?
I don't think so.
Well, they had it. Well, I would say this: Alcorn had issues with the president. They did have issues with the AD. Yeah, so it was a lot. It was it was rough down there.
Okay, and the reason why I bring that up is because Cole, from the very first time we talked, Coach, you've always said these programs got to hold on to their championship coaches because that's what holds the program together. And programs beat players, beat talent all the time, Coach. And so I just wanted to get your take on that. Because a lot of times when the coach goes away, the program goes away as well. And we see that on all levels of football, from the pros all the way down to high school. So, but here's another good game we had last week. Now, I thought this game would be a little more competitive than it was. If you were to tell me when we interviewed Coach Shea that he would give up almost 60 points to Jackson State and then almost over 40 points to Bethune-Cookman in consecutive weeks, I wouldn't have believed it. That guy has a stern defensive mentality as a coach, but I don't know what's happening over in Huntsville, but they can't stop a nosebleed right now.
Well, they got a leak in a secondary. They got some young secondary people. They're getting beat deep a whole lot. It's the Achilles heel of coming in as a first-year coach, trying to instill your philosophy, because we all know that Coach Shade is a defensive guy. You know what I mean? They're a run guy and they're a defensive guy. And so what's happening is not only are they getting hurt in their secondary, on the offensive side of the ball, you can't have that run first down, second down. You got to be more explosive. I just sent a text over to some of my former players over at Tennessee State. I said, you guys are not going to win averaging 13 to 16 points a game over there with the whites. You just, in the FCS, you got to score points. You got to score points. The nation average is 24. You got to be somewhere there. You got to be good on third down. You know what I mean? If you're not good on third down, you're going to lose football games. You got to be able to establish some balance in your offense. If you're not a good passing team, then run the ball. Well, with run the ball, what are the passes when you're a good run team? You got your draws, you got your play action, you got your bootleg stuff. If you're not doing that stuff, then you're not being successful. If you're great at throwing the football, then you got to get your screen game going. Why? Because those defensive ends going to pin their ears back and try to get to the quarterback. So your screen game, your tunnel screens on the outside, your inside mid screens, and then also you got to be able that every now and then when you're a great run team, you got to be able to line up and double tight and get them 1 or 2 yards. So if you ain't doing those things, you ain't winning football games. And I think that's one of the biggest things with Alabama A&M is I know Coach Shea's philosophy, but when you got a defense that's giving up points, you got to be able to open that offense up and get you a couple yourself.
Yeah, this game right here was interesting, meaning that they didn't have any answer for Jackson State, and it seemed like whoever they went to, whoever they threw to, whatever they ran.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.